Mind Valley on the concept of bending reality, I go deep into that formula. You see, the people who tell you that it's about hard work, that it's about what you know, they are addressing what is the mass of the population who are at level 1 awareness, that there's a level 2, a level 3, and a level 4. And the higher up you go, the more it has to do with your inner state of being, the more it has to do with being able to access certain altered states that produce the effect as if you are able to bend reality.
Message me and invite me out to your house. You know what he said? Guess what he said? I swear to God, this is the truth. And this is a direct quote. Yeah, he's putting the moves on me. 179 gets it. He said, I like the way you look. So right away saying to me, I like the way you look, is telling me what 179 basically said. He wants a relationship. He's putting the moves on me. Without even asking me if I want a relationship, which I do not. I do not. I've lived my whole life not being attached. I don't want to be attached. I don't want a relationship. Even if having a relationship would mean I could live in paradise. I would rather live in my one room, alone. Alone. I would. I'd rather live in my one room alone than live in paradise with another person and be attached. It's just not for me. But wait a minute. So then he starts asking me certain things like, says, I was looking through your page, and he said, one thing is going to be a deal breaker. And I didn't want to say anything yet, but I said, a deal breaker for what? Now, he never asked me if I wanted a relationship. Right away, guess what he says is going to be a deal breaker. See if you could guess. See if you could guess what he said the deal breaker would be. Guess. No, he wouldn't know. No, he said, if you're for Trump. But then it became, I said, a deal breaker for what? And he said right out then, a relationship. So I didn't say anything right then and there, but he was telling me about himself, and then I said, you're on Facebook. And then, well, he PM'd me on Facebook. And I told him, I said, how old are you? He said he was 65. I said to him, how old do you think I am? Because I use an old picture. Thinking maybe he thinks I'm 35, 40 years old. And I'm 72. He said, no, I know you're older than I am. He knew I was older. He said his wife passed away 2.5 years ago. So he was telling me all about himself, and then I said, well, you know, you've told me about yourself. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I was a teacher for 35 years. I've had a lot of hobbies. Comedy is one. And he said, well, you know, I you know, would like, you know, to be interested in you for a possible relationship. I said, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't want a relationship. I don't want a boyfriend, a relationship. It is just rude